Ready to learn the final steps in the home buying process checklist? We'll be discussing steps 8 through 10 in this video, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Lillian Morrow, a realtor with John L. Scott Real Estate in Puyallup, Washington, focusing on the South Puget Sound. In the prior two videos, we discussed steps 1 through 7 of the process to buying a new home. In this final video of this series, we'll be discussing steps 8 through 10. If you haven't watched parts 1 and 2 yet, you may want to start there so you'll see the process from step 1 and then come back to this video. If you have already seen them, then welcome back for the final steps. We are now on to step 8, which is reconnect with your lender to let them know that you have an accepted offer and you are ready to move forward. They will want additional details, and this step will continue throughout the rest of the process. Per the contract, you will need to initiate your official loan application within a certain number of days as referenced in the offer, in most cases within 3 days in Washington State. If you are in position to pay cash, then you get the luxury of skipping this step. For those of you that aren't so lucky, your lender will need a copy of the purchase and sale agreement or the accepted offer so that they have the address, the terms of the agreement, etc. Your agent may copy the accepted offer to your lender when they forward it to you. When your lender asks for details, please get it to them as quickly as possible so nothing gets held up. You don't want to be the cause that the transaction is delayed. This is typically the step that takes the longest and will continue throughout the rest of the transaction, as the lender will need to collect all of the details and provide it to the underwriters for their scrutiny and approval. They may ask for additional details multiple times during the process. Some of the things they may ask for are proof of employment, W-2 forms, bank statements. They may ask for explanations of large deposits or other activity, and they'll most definitely do credit checks. If you expect to get gift money from a family member or pull money from a retirement account to help with the down payment, be sure to let your lender know about this. And if you are fully underwritten up front, this step should be quicker and you should have less to supply to them, but the lender will typically still pull updated details and an updated credit report. An appraisal will also be ordered during this process to confirm the value of the home. Please don't make any major purchases once you have applied for your mortgage. Don't go out and buy new furniture or a new car. You may even want to reach out to your lender before you pay off any large debts, as that could change your status too if you pull money out of savings or something to do so. It could also change your credit score. So play it safe and just wait until after you have closed the transaction on your home. If you need a mortgage, then you will also need to have homeowners insurance set up for your new home. Your lender will require it and you won't be able to close without it. They should reach out to you and let you know when it's time to get that set up. Your lender may offer to find an insurance company for you, especially if you don't have one set up by the time that you are closing, but I recommend doing it yourself. If they find one for you, it may be more expensive than if you had shopped around. So step 9 is to work with your broker or agent to renegotiate after the inspection and/or appraisal if necessary. After an inspection, there are several options. The first option is that you agree to move forward with no additional changes to the agreement. Perhaps there are no issues, or the issues that the inspector did find are minor and expected, and you are comfortable with them. The results of an inspection may show that there's a major issue, such as a foundation or a plumbing or even a sewer issue, and you may no longer want to go forward with the purchase of the home. If that is the case, your broker can assist you with providing the appropriate paperwork to the seller to let them know, and you will get your earnest money returned. Another option may be that you want the seller to correct something or to provide a credit at closing or even lower the sale price to cover the cost of something that needs to be fixed. There are 2 results to the appraisal. It can come in at or above the agreed upon sales price, or it can come back lower than the agreed upon sales price. So if it comes in low, there are several options. You can go forward with the agreed upon sales price and pay the difference if you have that ability, or your broker can help you renegotiate to get the seller to come down to the appraised value. You can also try to renegotiate with the seller to meet somewhere in between the appraisal and the original sales price, and you can put the additional money down, or you can decide not to go forward and get your earnest money back. In all cases, your agent should help guide you through the process and will help you get the proper paperwork signed to notify the seller how you'd like to proceed. And now we are on to the final step, step 10, which is to sign and close. Once your lender's underwriter gives their clear to close, which will be at least 3 but possibly more days prior to the closing, you will receive the closing disclosure from your lender, which shows your final costs. It will also reflect how much cash you will need to bring to the closing. You should review the closing disclosure carefully and let your lender know if you have any questions. You should also acknowledge that you have received it and that you have reviewed it. The closing company should also get notified so they can start working on the final paperwork and reach out to you to set a date and time for you to sign the documents. It is possible that this may happen prior to the closing day, possibly the day before, to confirm that everything gets completed on time. Signing the paperwork legally transfers ownership from the seller to the buyer. And if you are getting a mortgage, there will be lots and lots of forms for you to sign for your new mortgage. There will be forms on the mortgage in general, there will be forms on how you want to pay it, there will be forms on what happens if you don't pay it, and so on. The seller will sign paperwork as well, but in Washington you most likely will do it at different times. Other states might have different process. After all the parties have signed, the escrow company will record the transaction with the county the property is located in. Once the transaction is recorded, your broker can get you the keys and you can take possession of your new home. At least that's the way it works in Washington. Keep in mind, though, that this might be up until 9 p.m. the night of closing. Something you want to be aware of. So in summary, the steps involved in buying a new home are: you want to get a lender, and then you want to find a broker or an agent. You want to understand the market in your area. You're going to do your home search. You're going to make the offer, negotiate, and get acceptance. You're going to pay your earnest money. You're going to get the inspection scheduled and completed. You're going to reconnect with your lender to let them know that you have an accepted offer, and then renegotiate if necessary after the inspection and/or the appraisal results. And then you're going to sign and close. Some of the steps will overlap time-wise. The timing it takes for the entire process depends on how long it takes you to get your pre-approval with the lender, to find a broker, and to find a home you want, and also to get your offer accepted. After you have an offer accepted, it typically takes between 30 and 60 days, although it could be shorter than 30 if you pay cash, and it could be longer than 60 depending on the terms of the contract. Thanks so much for watching this video series for the home buying process checklist. If this video was helpful and you want to learn more about real estate in the South Puget Sound area, then please subscribe and click the little bell so you'll get notified when new videos are available. In the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me using the contact details below. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.